All right, the term today is arithmetic sequence. And this is 12.3. All this means is adding the same value every single time. So we've already seen some of these, but now we're going to have a rule that's going to make it easier for us to write the rule. So if I have something like I would look at what's the change here. So the change is I'm adding 2, adding 2, adding 2, adding 2 every single time. So since this difference is the same, it's an arithmetic sequence, which means that I can follow this rule. A sub n equals a sub 1, meaning the first term in the sequence, plus n minus 1 times d, where this is the number in the sequence, and this is the difference from successive numbers. Meaning two numbers in a row. Okay? So what does that mean? My rule is going to be a sub n equals the first number, which is 2, plus n minus 1, I'm not going to change this ever, times d, which is the difference, which is also, in this case, 2. And this will give me the answer for anything in the series. If you feel like it, you can distribute this, which is going to give you 2 plus 2n minus 1, or sorry, 2n minus 2, combine like terms, and you get 2n. Which we can look back at the sequence, and a lot of you guys probably figured that out from the beginning. But this is what we're going to try to do today. We'd like to distribute it, and we'd like to get this final answer right here. But this one's okay. This is just the best, and this is okay. Alright? So we prefer to be here, so I'm going to require you guys pretty much always to get here today. So, let's see if I can find one that's a little bit harder. Okay, so I'm looking at the sequence here, and I'm going to see, is it an arithmetic sequence, first of all, which means it has the same difference every single time. I added 9, added 9, added 9, so it does. So it is an arithmetic sequence. So I'm going to say a sub n equals the first term, which is 7, plus n minus 1, times the difference. The difference is 9. I'm going to distribute that 9 and combine like terms. And that's my final answer. Super simple to do. Just make sure that it is an arithmetic sequence first, meaning that they all have the same difference. Sometimes I'll just tell you it's an arithmetic sequence. So I'll tell you this is an arithmetic sequence. Find the missing terms, and I'll give you something like it is an arithmetic sequence, and I'm telling you that in 4 changes, I go from 9 to 37. So I'm going to do 37 minus 9, which is going to give me 28. It has 4 changes, so divided by 4. Which is telling me that I'm adding 7 every single time. Adding 7 every single time. Now I'm going to write the rule. So a sub n equals the first term, which is 9, plus n minus 1 times 7. Distribute this and combine like terms. Now I'm looking for those missing terms. So 2 is 14 plus 2 is 16. 3 is 21 plus 2 is 23. 4 is 28 plus 2 is 30. And there we go. Now let's say you didn't want to go this way to try to figure it out. You can still use the rule, just without the values. So I'm going to use this same rule, just pretend that those blanks are still there. And I'm going to say a sub n equals a1 plus n minus 1 times d. Now I'm trying to solve out for d because that's the only value that I don't know. I know a sub 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals 37. So I'm going to plug that in right here. And I'm going to plug this 5 in right here. So I'm going to say 37 equals a sub 1 is 9 plus 5 minus 1 times d. 37 equals 9 plus 4d. I'm going to subtract 9. 28 equals 4d. Divide by 4. And I get d equals 7. Now that can help me fill in the blanks. So 9 plus 7 is 16, plus 7 is 23, plus 7 is 30. So two different ways to do the same thing. Now we also have a rule that's going to be for the summation of arithmetic sequences. That rule is going to be Sn, which means the sum of however many terms in the sequence equals n times a sub 1 plus a sub n over 2. So all this stuff, the summation of number of terms first term, last term, and that's a 2. 2. In case you don't know what that is. Okay, so let's say that I was going to use the one that was on our quiz. The quiz said the summation of all even integers from 10 to 20. All evens from 10 to 20. Okay, well, from 10 to 20, how many terms? 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So there's 6 terms. So I'm going to say the summation of those 6 terms equals 6 terms. A sub 1 is the first term, which is 10, plus a sub 2 is the last term, which is 20. Sorry, a sub n is the last term, which is 20, divided by 2. 6 times 10 plus 20 is 30. 30 divided by 2 is 15. 15 times 6 is 90. So the summation of those terms is 90. And that's it. That's all that we're really doing here. So just using this rule to go from the first term to the last term. Your guys' assignment is going to be on page 884. Numbers 3 through 35. Odd. Show all your work and turn in by the end of the period. Actually, you know what? For the end of the period, we'll just go halfway. We'll go through 17. 3 through 17, odd. Show your work. Do it at the end of the period.